This is a new Batman, Issue 1. Enjoy. Gotham City, Burnley and 3rd Avenue. Jim Gordon leans back against the hood of his patrol car and smiles at his new partner as she hands him a hot coffee. No rain, he comments, motioning to the sky which shows dark clouds and flashes of thunder. Beg pardon, Commissioner? Officer Espinosa asks. He smiles at her and explains that even though they've had thunder and lightning, there's been no rain. And it's just Officer Gordon now, he reminds her, since he is no longer the commissioner. Suddenly, they both look up as a flash of lightning illuminates the sky, and something leaps past the lightning. A large, crocodile-like man slams into a nearby meatpacking truck. Officer Espinosa reaches for her gun, but Gordon shakes his head and goes for his radio. Easy, officer. We're gonna call this one in. Work in Gotham long enough and you'll learn. You always call for backup, Gordon tells her. Meanwhile, at Arkham Towers, Batman stares out the freshly destroyed wall of the secure room that once held Waylon Jones. Wind whips through the opening and blows Batman's cape in the breeze as he looks out at his city. Getting pretty tired of this, he sighs as he turns back to Dr. Zeller. She nods and taps her tablet. We're as shocked as you, Batman, she says, explaining that Waylon Jones self-reported for treatment and was free to leave at any time. So it didn't make sense why he would break out. You're new here, Doctor. Killer Croc hasn't been Waylon Jones for a long time, Batman tells her as he steps back into the room, explaining that it helps to keep people's identities separate from their villain personas. It's easier that way, when they inevitably disappoint you, he tells her, as he reaches down and gently picks up a discarded stuffed dinosaur. Dr. Zeller shows him the tablet, explaining that Waylon had begun to mutate again as he shed his skin, becoming more Croc-like. His mind had begun to regress, and this had actually made him more gentle, more childlike. But then, your mutating man-killing monster baby wants to go out and play, Batman reminds her as he motions to the hole in the wall. She stands next to Batman and looks out at the city, explaining that Waylon is probably afraid, and fear can make people do unpredictable things. Batman glances down at her. Have you called the police? He asks. Dr. Zeller shakes her head. I may be new, Batman, but I'm not stupid. I called you first, she tells him. Batman nods as he prepares to leap out into the air. When the police do come, stall. If they find Croc before I do, they'll shoot to kill, he tells her before leaping, his cape snapping out like wings and catching the air as he glides away. The city sweeps by below him, its citizens doing their best to live their lives. Meanwhile, Police Commissioner Vandal Savage stands before his officers and introduces the new line of protection for Gotham City. He motions to the fully armed and armored tactical officers that stand behind him. Listen up, I'm bringing in a force multiplier to your street presence from the world of private security. Tactical urban combat officers, he says, explaining that their job is to execute high-intensity security operations, and that all police should call a Tuco unit for backup whenever dealing with an augmented criminal. The police officers begin to murmur among themselves as they stare at the black-clad tactical unit. Finally, one officer raises his hand. Commissioner Savage, what do we do if we see, him? The officer asks. Savage stares at him. His time will come. Batman can't outrun Gotham justice, he tells them all. Meanwhile, Batman roars through the dark streets of Gotham in the Batmobile, a holographic AI version of Alfred riding beside him. Rather moody and silent this evening, Master Bruce, Alfred notes before asking where they are going. Playing a hunch. Batman growls as he points the car towards Robinson Park and the Gotham City Museum. Meanwhile, on the edge of the park, two women are running from a group of street thugs. The creeps jeer and call out to them, shouting for them to come back. One of them stumbles and falls as the gang is suddenly upon them. "Hey, baby girl, be a lot sexier if you smile," the leader sneers. Suddenly, the group is lit up by high-powered headlights, and the Batmobile slams into the crowd before screeching to a stop. The women watch in awe and fear as Batman steps out, knocking out the remaining members of the gang in moments. Finally, the Dark Knight stands before them. The creeps have decided that Robinson Park is their hunting ground. The police don't think it merits a concern. I disagree, Batman says softly as he helps the women to their feet. "Sorry I couldn't get to you sooner," he says. His eyes wander to one of the women's shoulders, where a rare blue butterfly has gently landed. He reaches for the insect and allows his link to the Bat computer to scan it. "Morpho Menelaus, and she's a long way from home," he whispers. Silently, Batman turns away and begins to stalk towards the Gotham Museum. "Wait! You're just leaving us alone?" one of the women shouts in fear, but Batman glances back over his shoulder. "EMT will arrive in 3 minutes. Until then, car, protect them," Batman tells them as he speaks into his wrist computer, and the Batmobile goes into security mode, its scanners searching for threats. Batman steps from the park into the parking lot of the Gotham Natural History Museum, where he finds half-eaten chunks of animal meat left in the lot. "Oh dear, what a mess," Alfred notes as his hologram appears. Batman follows the blood trail inside, where he finds a security officer guarding a woman and her young daughter. The guard's grip tightens on his gun as he reaches for his radio to call the police. But Batman steps up behind him. "Shh, the gun is scaring the child and would only make Croc mad," he whispers as he gently takes the weapon away. He motions for everyone to head out the exit. "Get the civilians out of here and contact Dr. Zeller at Arkham Towers. Do not call the police," Batman whispers as he steps through the Croc-sized hole in the wall. He powers up his bat gauntlets and prepares for a fight. The gauntlets spark as Batman steps into the room, where Croc sees him and turns with a roar. "Come on, Croc, let's get this over with," Batman growls. But Croc suddenly quiets down. His eyes look almost gentle from his animalistic face. Batman powers down his bat gauntlets as Croc quietly turns away, and Batman notices that the butterflies have landed all over him. You bad. So go," Waylon rumbles softly. Batman steps forward gently. "Master Bruce, what if Dr. Zeller is correct? Some creatures do change. What if some eternal cycle has begun within him, and even if only for this moment, he's become something childlike?" Hollow Alfred asks. "A child alone, in a violent, terrible world that he cannot understand, drowning in fear." Batman looks down at Waylon as he fully depowers his bat gauntlets. Quietly, he pulls off his cowl and sits beside the man that he once called an enemy. Bruce looks up and stares at the model of a giant T-Rex that Waylon stares at in awe. "You know, Waylon, I used to have one of these in my house," Bruce says softly. Waylon nods his head gently. "Big house," he rumbles. Yeah, it was," Bruce says as he smiles at the T-Rex. Croc turns and looks at Bruce. "You head new now," he says with surprise. "Me head new, but bad now. Lost," he says as he gently holds up an animal leg. "I ate the zoo," he whispers with a sad burp. "I know you did, buddy. I know." Bruce says gently with a nod. Croc looks back up at the T-Rex. Him head like me up there. Bad. Scary. Hungry, he says as he turns back to Bruce. Can't think. Head bad. Maybe am bad, he says as he taps his head. Shortly, Dr. Zeller arrives with the others from Arkham. Croc's stuffed dinosaur in her hand. Hello, Waylon. I came to help, she says, holding out the dinosaur and offering to take him home. Waylon gets to his feet as Batman quickly pulls his cowl back on. Head bad. Made home bad. Am bad, he rumbles gently at her. But Dr. Zeller shakes her head, showing no signs of fear as she walks up to him. You made a bad choice, Waylon. Now you can make a good choice. Come home. Let me help you, she says. Waylon ponders on this for a moment before nodding. Okay. He turns back to Batman. Home now. She help. Who help you? He asks Batman. My head is okay, Waylon. I don't need help, Batman tells him. If you say so, Croc says before handing him the stuffed dinosaur, turning and walking away. Later, Batman has returned to the bunker beneath Pennyworth Manor. Quietly, he puts the stuffed dinosaur on a shelf, a small smile playing across his lips. Some trophy, he whispers to himself. But the moment of quiet contemplation passes as the bat radio chirps. Hey boss, you there? Robin asks. Always, Robin. It's the emergency frequency, he tells him. Is there anybody on the police we're friendly with these days? Robin asks cautiously. I don't like the sound of that. Why? Batman growls. Meanwhile, across town, Robin slowly raises his hands as two police officers hold him at gunpoint. And that was the complete story for Batman Issue 1 by Matt Fraction. What did you think about today's number 1? Let me know in the comments below. And be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel to help us in that YouTube algorithm, and to get notifications when new videos go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm Dan with Comicstorian, and we will see you next time. Rest in peace, Benny.